The Tube Mapper project started around 4 years ago. I like to use photography creatively, and I used to like to take nightscapes and cityscapes. But my child was sort of being born, and I realised I wouldn't have time to be out late nights waiting for the sort of sun to set. And so I devised a plan of sort of taking pictures on my commute, just on the way to work and on the way home. And then this just sort of slowly built up to the Tube Mapper project, and I started to capture every station. And it was just, I'm not doing it in any sort of methodical way. It was just ended up being, on my journeys, I realised, hold on a sec, this is really beautiful. The sunset's really nice over here. And as I started to share this online, people responded saying, oh yeah, I love this station, or there's a beautiful view from here. And I didn't realise how much the London Underground evoked such emotions and memories and feelings from regular commuters and users.
Oh, absolutely, Luke. And let's just cut to the chase. What is your favourite tube station in London?
I always joke because that's the first thing that people always ask me.
Of course.
It's for someone like me, it's quite complicated. The easiest answer would probably be something like Bank, because it's just so large and it has different tunnels, and there's almost like different moods in one station, and it's Bank and Monument, so it's enormous.
Yeah, I remember having to, I don't know what I was doing at the time, but having to walk all that way, and you'd think, hold on a minute, surely I should be on the tube, not walking all this way to get to something else in Bank. Yeah, all the time. It is an amazing station, actually, isn't it?
It is, and I think one of the beauties of the Underground is you're talking about architecture from 1869 or something like that.
Yeah.
Up until now, and so you're like walking in this living museum. And although we don't necessarily, Londoners don't always talk, articulate how beautiful some of the things we see. Like sometimes you see this beautiful symmetrical thing that you see, architecture, tiling.
The tiling is very important to me because I'm from Poole in Dorset, and a lot of those tiles on the London Underground are Poole pottery. Some of those tiles, and also what you talk about the architecture, the chandelier at Tooting Back station.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this? Because that's my nearest station. Actually, that is stunning as you go down the stairs. The what other things have you noticed on your journeys like that?
There's loads of little nuances and things that you can see. One of my favourite things to tell people to do is if you come out of Embankment Station and turn left, and then look back at the roundel. If you stand in the correct position, you can line up the London Eye, so it loops perfectly over the Underground roundel.
Oh, stop it! That's brilliant. What a perfect picture.
It is. It's a good photo. I'll send it to you later.
I love that. I love it. Now, most of the pictures I've noticed are dark. They're in the night, or they're pretty dark, aren't they? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So basically, I'm pretty much. I've always been a night shooter. I love shooting at night. I like that it's a bit more difficult and that it adds more vibrance.
It's a little bit more magical, isn't it?
Yeah, and in the city of London, it comes alive. Well, in most cities, but in London, it comes alive at night. One of my favourite things to do is to take pictures in rain. You'll see a lot of pictures of mine in puddles.
Yeah.
So it's in rain at night, and so I think it's like the city there's this whole new world that just comes up. While everyone's rushing with their heads down, if they stop and look, you'll see like this whole world reflected in the floor below.
And I think every true Londoner who loves living here gets what you're saying. I really do. I really think that's true. The animals are brilliant. The dogs, the cats, the birds. There's so many animals you have a whole collection of animals. What was the idea behind that? Why did you want to photograph that? Because it's unusual, I suppose.
Yeah, so on the Tube Mapper, so there's a difference between the Tube Mapper book and the website, I guess, because the Tube Mapper book is a small collection of my ongoing project to do every station. And during my journeys, I encounter animals, mostly dogs, I must say, and Londoners love dogs. Dogs are the only things that can change, because Londoners normally don't talk to each other.
No.
But when people see a dog, that breaks all the rules, and everyone has. The whole carriage once had a conversation because there was this lovely cockapoo just being so
amazing,
brilliant,
amazing,
and it brings everyone alive. Like except for the people who are scared of dogs, and then that doesn't work. But I just started capturing them because a lot of these dogs you find out have their own Instagram pages and fans.
They do. Luke, what about through this last year? Have you been photographing the Tube still this year in the difficulties, and how different has it been, of course, with fewer people going on the Tube?
Yeah, so there's been a complete change on the Underground, I'd say, because it's being used more like a sort of emergency service just to make sure that people can get to point A and B, and loads of people, and it's more quiet than usual because everyone's got face masks and not talking. I've been taking pictures of the outside of stations. I mean, it's been interesting just because the streets have been so quiet. So you get this really bizarre, stark, empty and beautiful city. The other interesting thing is the face mask thing. Even after COVID has sort of stabilized and normalized, and we know what we're doing with it, 5 years down the line, people will still be wearing face masks. It's probably going to become normal.
Yeah, of course.
And so that's why I quite like, in a weird way, thinking about the book. It will capture a moment in time before this crisis. There's no face mask, none of these things.
Luke, it's absolutely brilliant. I want to thank you for documenting all of this. This is so every Londoner should have this book, I think, Luke. They can get it now, can they? It's called The Tube Mapper, of course, and it's available now.